We have received reports of a shooting at Freeman High School.
Multiple crews from KREM 2 News on the way right now.
At Freeman Elementary currently, I am a junior evacuated from high school, at least 4 shots.
We're on Route 27, State Highway 27. On our way here, we've actually seen at least 3 ambulances pass by us heading to the high school.
There's law enforcement and first responders basically lining the road here for miles.
These are very concerned parents, family members, trying to find out exactly, people hugging outside the school. Very emotional, very upset right now. Police clearing school with fire and EMS rescue crews providing trauma care.
If you look at the scene, the live pictures we're seeing from the scene this morning, and it's frenzied parents, obviously so worried right now. That's sort of what you're seeing on social media. A lot of people asking questions. There you're seeing also a lot of people sharing thoughts and prayers.
But I'm going to step aside and we're going to show you just what it's looking like in front of Freeman High School. We've been here for about an hour and parents just keep on coming.
Sacred Heart just confirming there are 2 patients now at that location in stable condition.
We know that there was an active shooter inside Freeman School. The shooter, the threat from the shooter has been eliminated.
We did not know when we heard the threat had been eliminated. We didn't know what that meant. Well, now we do. The suspect in the shooting at Freeman High School is in custody right now. 1
victim remains here in the school as part of the investigation and has been did pass away.
Here's what we know at this point.
We know 1 student has been killed. Their age and identity has not been released right now. We know that there are 3 children who are in stable condition after being injured. They are at Sacred Heart Medical Center. So it sounds like the elementary middle school students were taken to a different location, evacuation location, as opposed to the high school. Now, for the high school students, if you are a high school parent, you need to come to the Transportation Cooperative parking lot or the bus barn.
You can see this is where Freeman High School is. This is Highway 27. This is where we have seen the long line of cars of people lining up.
Did you immediately recognize that they were gunshots?
Yes, because I had seen him holding the gun. But if I hadn't seen him, I would have. It sounded like someone took their binder and slammed it on the ground.
And they're all doing well. They're stable at this point. 1 will be requiring some surgery later this afternoon.
He shot 1 boy, and then he shot the ceiling, or in whatever order that goes. And I just remember I crouched down, and the girl next to me, she fell, and she could hear her screaming and screaming and screaming. And
a student walked up to him, engaged him, and that student was shot. That student did not survive. He then fired more rounds down the hallway, striking 3 more students.
We have now confirmed with multiple witnesses, many people close to this investigation, that the shooter this afternoon in the Freeman High School shooting was Caleb Sharp.
We'll bring you the latest from the victims still in the hospital tonight, as well as the suspect, also Tom Sherry and Whitney Ward in the studio.
Again, the victims here at Sacred Heart ending the night in satisfactory condition. We will keep tabs on their condition all evening long.
We are also learning more about the suspect himself. We want to let you know right off the bat, we have only named him once this afternoon, and that was intentional.
Yeah, we can tell you that he is a young male student at Freeman, but we are choosing to focus instead on the heroes in this story and the victims.
Yeah, and their names. And that is why we're not showing that suspect's face here right now. We want to be very clear, this is not about protecting that student's identity, that suspect's identity. Instead, it is because this suspect has not been charged yet, and we usually do not show a juvenile suspect's face until they've been charged as an adult.
People packed the atrium at River Park Square. They came together.
People were visibly shaken. It had been a very long day. People were tired. They were confused. Parents had been so scared.
Hundreds of people, not just here in the Inland Northwest, but across the country, even around the world, now using the hashtags Freeman Strong and Freeman HS. So it just shows how much support this community has tonight. Much of it coming from places that they just didn't even realize were out there.